It wasn't even on the radar. I was exercising regularly and eating fairly well, and probably had healthier habits than anyone else in my family. And so I had kind of used that as a thought process that I'm not going to have to worry about my heart because I'm doing all these things right. It was a typical day. I got up in the morning, I went to work. Sometime along the line at work, I started having the worst reflux. So I had gone online to the Heart Association website and looked up the symptoms and looked up how sometimes they're different for women. Got home and was really not feeling good, so I went to bed early. And when I lay down in my bed, I realized I was having a heart attack. Like, it started, and it was so much pain. That's the thing, I just remember the most, is that it hurts so much, and I don't know when I've been in that much pain. And so when it actually happened, I had that checklist in my brain of, okay, this is what all the symptoms are, and I went down the checklist and I had them all. The radiating pain down my arm. I immediately got up and I called 911. 911, what is your emergency? She was very calm and said, what are your symptoms? And I went through the symptoms and she said, I think you're having a heart attack. I woke up my roommate and I said, you need to put the dogs in their kennels. At that point, I had 3 very small dogs. And he was very panicked and trying to catch them and figure out what to do with them. And I'm the kind of person that in a crisis needs to just figure out what the next step should be. So I went downstairs and I started thinking about what medications I took that they might need to know. And I was getting out my meds and I was finding my insurance card, and the police officer came and he's like, ma'am, if you're having a heart attack, you might want to lay down. I think I was so sure originally, okay, I'm having a heart attack, this needs to be dealt with. But then when the EMTs showed up and said, you are having a heart attack, I know this can kill me. And I wasn't ready for that. And everything happened really fast. I mean, the EMT was there and they got me in the ambulance, and I was at the hospital, and my friend Kayleen showed up. My roommate had managed to call her.
It was scary to see her like that. She doesn't have family here. She's been adopted into my family, sort of unofficially. I consider her to be like a sister. It made it feel like it was really happening. Like, I went from disbelief to, okay, what do we gotta do? And she just kept saying, I love you, thanks for coming. She seemed so grateful. And I'm like, I don't wanna be anywhere else. Of course I'm gonna be here. We're gonna get through this. I stayed with her. I held her hand. When they wheeled her to the cath lab, they took me with her. I sat in the cath lab with her for a couple hours until they were ready to come in and do the procedure.
I got into the surgery room and they were saying, okay, we need you to quit kicking your legs. And I didn't even know I was doing that. But I was in so much pain, I couldn't stop moving my body. And so they gave me one more shot of the morphine, and that's the last thing I remember until I woke up in a hospital room later. One of the most important things I did as a part of my heart attack recovery was to do heart rehab, because it really helped me figure out what I could do. I discovered I could do a lot more than I thought I could. Would have, I think, taken a lot longer to get back into exercising. And so I was able to actually get right back and run the heart run. So I had my heart attack in June, and the next April, when the heart run came around, I ran the heart run. So that was really exciting. I want women to know that you can survive a heart attack if you pay attention to the signs, if you get the information you need, but also don't wait until you have a heart attack. Talk to your doctor about your heart and any symptoms you have. Pay attention to your family's heart history. I knew that I had heart history on both sides of my family, but because I was healthy, I thought that wouldn't apply to me. But it did. People generally feel like heart attacks are something that happen to men, and so it's kind of a secret that women have as many or more heart issues than men do. And so I've learned a lot about that, and the Heart Association research and their Wear Red Day and getting all that information out is amazing, because I feel like as a heart survivor, it gives me a better chance, and it gives the people I love a better chance. I just feel like I might not have survived if the Heart Association hadn't been doing research and if I hadn't had information about what was potentially happening to me. Think about it before it happens so that you can avoid going through what I went through.